Right, what's all this about? I just wanted to do a quick update on the channel, basically. So what I wanted to discuss, there was three or four things I just wanted to discuss. One of them was channel membership and things like that, because I'm sick to the back teeth of YouTube harassing me every time I go into the creator studio, going on and on and on and on about channel memberships and things like that, and things I'm not interested in. But I thought, in regards to channel membership, maybe that is something that could actually interest some people, because I do have a few sort of die-hard fans who really like the stuff I do. And I thought, you know what, there's a lot of stuff I have on the cutting room floor or added extras I can put in there for people. But I just want to make sure that people understand that that doesn't mean I'm going to paywall anything. All the main stuff will remain as is. Bear in mind, I do not ask for likes. I never ask for people to subscribe. I don't say you must click on this and you must click on that. I just don't do that sort of thing. And in regards to that, I'm going to keep that the same. And I'd just like to say hi to Blog the Tech there. I've just noticed he's just sent a comment there in the live chat. Nice to see you, mate. I hope you're having a good weekend there. Okay, so the things I want to cover, firstly, there's a couple of new lights I've been looking at. I'm almost finished. I have been looking at the K2, and I do apologise. I can't remember who it was who said, I think I was doing one of the jet beams or the Versus videos, and he says, get on with doing the K2, and I agreed with him. It is a light that I wanted to look at. This is open because I have been in. If you can't read any of this, I apologise. It's because this is probably streaming at 720 or something like that, if I can get it to focus. So there's, if you can zoom in anywhere, it's got quite a hefty UI, but it looks pretty good, doesn't it? I'll just quickly show you a comparison. This is the K2. Very excited to have a look at this, and the reason is it's like 20 bucks, which is really cheap. It's got a ramping UI. Watch, click and hold. Ramping UI. It's like around 90 CRI. It's got a warm tint. There's the 6500 Kelvin if you want it, so you're not forced anyway. So pretty impressed. Look at this, and quite interesting, it's got auxiliary lights and micro auxiliaries. I'll show you. So you've got, now if I remember rightly, is it 2 for that? No. Just want to say hi to Christian D there in the live chat there, who's saying like the ramping on the K2. Christian, could you tell me if you own this light? And the reason I want to know that is, what do you think of the button? Because so far, I'm going to be honest, I do not like the button. I don't want to spoil the review because I haven't finished editing it yet, but that's the one thing I wasn't keen on. It's okay for on and off, fine, but when you're getting into the multiples, it's too small, it doesn't have a lot of travel, and it's hard to use. So if you can stick in the comments there, I would really appreciate that, because I do these reviews and I give my opinion, but bear in mind, I could be wrong. I'm just giving you my opinion, and I noticed a lot of butt hurt on one of the recent ones where people with, I think it was the Jet Beam Mini one, which is a great light. In fact, where is it? That's it there. Great light, great light. Never had any problems with people were sort of saying, you're not giving it enough love. I am. And Christian's just said he's got 2 of these, so brilliant. So Christian, what do you think of the button? Honestly, be honest. Now I have checked it in comparison with, I checked it with the Jet Beam Mini one, the Nightcore Tiki, that's the glow-in-the-dark version, very similar to the non-glow-in-the-dark. The only difference is the add stuff to the resin there. And Rovivon A8, I must get a newer Rovivon because that did have pulse width modulation, and the T1 by X-Star. I compared all these, and the one thing that came out of that was I liked the button on all of these. The Jet Beam had a lovely button. The button on this I wasn't so keen. Again, I don't want to spoil the review, but I'll go over that. And in regards to these secondary modes, I think it's 3 for the secondary modes. You've got a UV on there, pretty bright, slightly brighter on the Jet Beam. Got UV there. That looks green, but it isn't. It's actually illuminating the glow-in-the-dark resin there, which is pretty good on this. I like it. And it's Type C, and C to C works, in other words, power delivery. So pretty happy to see that. And then you can cycle through these. You've got a red mode, you've got a blue mode, and then you've got a red flash, then a blue flash, and both flash, and then back to UV again. So pretty interesting. And then if I remember rightly, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get these little mini flashes. You see them, not these ones, but you see that 3 array at the top there. Pretty interesting. I'm still testing on this. And hi to Goonlove there. Nice to see you, mate. Goonlove is a Northumberland guy, and he's been following my channel since day one. So Goonlove, if you remember my first horrific videos, I think people were taking the mick out of flip-flops and all sorts of things like that. So nice to see you, mate. I appreciate you tuning in there. In regards to that, Goon, I will be getting out more now because lockdown has technically ended. Well, I'm allowed out now. If you remember, I wasn't even allowed to go out in the dark by myself in the middle of the night, hundreds of feet from human beings, in case a coronavirus magically came past. But you never know, do you? And that was the law. That is changing now, and lockdown is ending, so that's pretty good. And hi to BlueCat786. Nice to see you, mate. And Goonlove's saying you can call me Gordon. I'll call you Gordon Bennett or Gordon's Gin. Nice to know your name, Goon, there. Okay, so turn that back off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's off. Okay, so I did quickly want to go over that, but I did test it with all these other lights. Just some quick observations. The secondary modes are better on the JetB Mini one. This obviously has a better. I'll call you G, Goon. Okay. And nice to see you in the chat there. So this is brighter. This is 500 lumens, but this is only sort of 300. Because of the tint, it appears slightly less luminous than this because this is a whiter tint. But I'll go over that in the review, and I want to get on with some other things. Okay, so other than that, I had a quick look at the Workos FC11. Very interesting light, this. If I've got the spec sheet there, let's have a look. The reason I got this, not only because I recommended this stats-wise to a subscriber. Bluecast just saying, I got a question, mate. I'm using the Nightcore Tip SE in the keys. Is it worth getting the Rovivon A5? Possibly. The thing is, do you need secondary modes? That's what I would say. If you need secondary modes, bear in mind this isn't an A5. The A5 is probably newer than this. This is the old A8 Aurora, the old model. So the A5 is probably better size-wise, but I think off the top of my head, and I could be wrong, I don't know every spec of every light. I think that's about 650 lumens, if I'm correct. The only thing with a lot of the Rovivon lights is they insist on using the XPG, the old Cree LEDs, and there's better emitters in my personal opinion. For me, I'll probably go for the larger Tip SE. It's dual LED, it's TIR. That's personally what I would go for, as long as you're happy to deal with the daily and demo mode, which is a UI artifact of what Nightcore insist on. But that's what I would say there. But I'm not an expert, that's just my personal opinion. Okay, so in regards to this one, I did recommend this to a subscriber. What the subscriber said was, he said, and I'm not going to name them here, but they know who they are. He said, right, my friend's daughter wants a light, something simple but decent. And I said, right, 18650. It's got knurling, which reminds me, if I can get it to focus, I do apologize. Come on, focus, you swine. There. The knurling reminds me of the zebra lights. So I like that. It's a simple UI. It's not angular or anything like that, where you've got to remember 50, fractions and 1,400,000 different sort of combinations. It's a very simple UI. Nice button, and it's a orange peel. And also a FET driver, but I was interested to get this because, and I'll find it, it's using, let's have a look. Okay, disassemble, blah, 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 blah. Where on earth was it? It was somewhere. It's a Samsung emitter. I think it's there. Right, here you go. Okay. I've just seen some comments there. If you just bear with me a few seconds. Live chats. Sorry about that. I've missed that when I was looking at this damn thing. If you've got another question there, can you just quickly fire it in the chat there? Sorry about that. Okay, so it's using one Samsung LH351D 90 CRI emitter, so high color rendering index, and I haven't used any of the Samsungs yet. It doesn't look like anything particularly, amazing. It's a Type C, this one, but look, nice tint on that. Yes, you've got the only thing that puts me off a little bit is you've got these rings of Saturn, as I call them. Can you see that there? Which is technically not a fact of some of the reflector there, but when you pull back and it's at a distance, it's not an issue. And it's a FET driver, so if you put in a decent cell, you should get some decent run times out of this. But I was quite interested to see this, and it's got your standard Type C, but I will go into that on the review if I get around to doing a review. I'm so busy at the minute. Like I say, I've got so much on my plate. So those were just a couple of the lights I want to look at. And in regards to other things I want to discuss, channel membership, YouTube keep rabbiting on, and every time I go into the creator studio to try and do edits and update thumbnails and things like that, they keep going on and on and on about channel membership. As far as I can see, all it means is you know, you've got a subscribe button, which I never tell anyone to press. And next to that, I think there's going to be a join button or something like that. And what it means is you can join the channel for a fee if you particularly want to. That's up to you. I'm never going to ask anyone to do that because, you know, I know I live in a capitalist country, but I'm not after money. I don't do this for money. And really, it gives you added benefits, and if you want that, you can do it. And what I'll do is, and I have started, if you go and have a look at the playlists on this channel, you'll notice I've started uploading channel members only videos. But again, I'm not going to paywall the main content. That I don't know why anyone would want to do that on a channel anyway. I do these to help people, and I want people to make informed buying decisions. And in order to do that, you've got to give people access to stuff. It's no good hiding everything behind a paywall and saying, well, look at this light, if you want to know about it, give us all your dosh. Nah, come on, it's a bit unfair, that. So I'll put that on as a feature, and people can have an icon next to the name and all that sort of stuff. And I might have to start adding some moderators. And the reason I might have to start adding moderators is the amount of time I'm spending now replying to messages is mounting up rapidly. And the reason I say that is because I had out some stats, and I replied to, just in the last sort of 7 or 8 months, I can't remember, I replied to about 4,000 comments, and I replied to every single comment on this channel, and that includes comments from people saying, I think you're scum of the earth, I wish you were dead, and all this rubbish. And as you know, I'm a free speech channel, so I don't delete anything. The only time I would delete anything is if it had absolutely nothing to do with the channel. But I don't mind people putting you're an idiot or whatever. Goonlove says he's been watching Gareth and Zoe Wild Camps. They've got some canny torches. Okay, so Gareth and Zoe, that sounds goody. And I'm sorry, 2 chats came up there at once. I only saw one of them there. I wish this screen allowed me to go to the chats. I'll just try now. So if I click on, we've got super chat, live chat, all chats, top chat, I don't know, I can't find this. I can't find the chats on this, so I do apologize. There's nothing coming up on the screen there. So 2 messages came up there at once. So like I say, when I'm replying to thousands of messages, I'm trying my best to keep up, but sometimes I get behind, and I think that's understandable, and you can see where I'm coming from. And following on from that, I'm going to be getting outside now and doing some walks, because I know people were getting annoyed saying it's all flashlights, rubbish. Well, yes, true. But what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to get out in the near future, which is great. Okay, so Blue Cat's putting, I like how you don't just say how good a product is, you're honest on the negatives of the light too. Blue Cat 786, yeah, I totally agree with you. What I don't want to do is, I don't want to slag off other channels who do reviews. However, without mentioning names, what I will say is this, and this is just my personal opinion. If you're going to do a review, right, let's say you're doing a review, right, let's just pretend, okay, here's the K2, right, if you do a review like this, okay, so action, here we go, right, wow, what's this, the Astrolux, super bright, right, 300 lumens, very nice, fantastic, look at that, brilliant, it's super bright again, right, look at this, wow, look at that, right, let's see if it works, it does, super bright. None of that means anything. If you're not mentioning the bad points, it's not a review. If all you do is say the good points of a light, that is an advertisement. Whether you've been paid for that or not is irrelevant. To me, that's an advertisement. What's the point? You have to be objective. You know, and in regards to that, that's why I encourage comments on the reviews as well, because let's say I look at this light and I say, well, I think it's fantastic, there's nothing wrong with that. I like it when someone comes along and says, well, you haven't thought of this, and I don't like that. That's great, because people can read that, and we can all share in that knowledge, and you can soak it up like a sponge and make your own decision. I mean, in regards to that, what I'm doing in future reviews is, and the one I'm working on at the minute, which is this one, I've done loads of side-by-sides. You know, I've walked along with that one, I think it was that one. I've literally done, God, there must be about 7 or 8 side-by-sides where you can see them all at the same time doing the same thing in the same setup. So you can look with your own eyes and go, well, I know what TrailTrek's saying, but I think he's a Burke and he's an idiot. And I can see with my own eyes that I prefer the X-Tor, for example. And that's great. That's you helped, and that's what I want. But I will still give my opinion. And I love finding the bad points, because if I find the bad points, all a company needs to do is look at the bad points that I've pointed out and think, okay, let's release a version 2 and we'll change those things, and they can improve the product and make things better. And I understand a lot of these things can be subjective, yes, and that's why I say things like tint. It's up to the individual. You don't have to pick a warm tint. I like a warm tint, but some people like a cool tint. There's a cooler tint look. But I will mention what looks better. You know, I'll ramp that up a little bit so you can compare it there. So you can see warm on the right here and cool on the left. So I prefer that, you know, and I try to be objective. Also, I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong. And a lot of the reviews I'll do, you'll notice I'll say, well, I didn't think I was going to like this, but I was wrong. And I don't mind admitting that because it's a review. It's supposed to be critical of the light when it needs to be. Okay. So that's all I wanted to say, and the main thing I wanted to do this for was just a quick update, get in touch with people, and like I say, just let people understand what this channel membership thing is. It's not trying to put things behind a paywall. That's not the point. Stephen Lane, hi mate, is definitely saying neutral or warm. I agree. So warm is around sort of, you know, 4,000K. Now this one is a 4,000K, this one. Very warm, so you know, a little bit yellower than sunlight, and then you have like well, although probably closer to sunlight anyway, and then you have, you know, the other end of the spectrum. This is sort of a white light. We'll turn that on there, turn it up, yeah. And then someone's put Alexandra Reshinio, and I apologize sincerely if that's wrong. He's put the best S11. I agree with him. The S11 doesn't get enough love. It's a rather bulky light and quite heavy, but it's got a beautiful tint. The very first time I used that, I fired the S11 over a field, and I was kind of shocked. I really liked it. Blue Cat 786, 4,000K, just like that on the Sofern C001. I wish it was like that. Yeah, you're right. And in fact, in regards to the Sofern stuff, Sofern's doing such nice stuff. Alexandra there, he's agreeing with me. Yes, Alexandra, can you just tell me when you got that S11, what did you first think when you used it? Was it a surprise? Because I was just expecting a run-of-the-mill light, and that tint is incredible. I used it in, I think it was one of the headlamp comparison videos. I used it at the start when I was walking along, and damn, it was nice. It was really nice. But again, not everyone likes that. Okay, so Alexander's saying that was about a month ago, so you probably can't remember. That's fair enough. Okay, but thank you very much for the comments there. Okay, so unless anyone's got any questions, I'm going to probably cut this short because I do have a lot of editing to do, and it takes me probably, you know, for a lot of these videos, you have to understand I sit in After Effects and I edit for hours and hours and hours. The one I'm doing at the minute it's up to about 200 layers. And for video editors, you'll know what that means. So, you know, that's taken me, it's probably going to take me 10 hours from start to finish. Alexander is also saying, but for me is amazing, 300 milliamp hours. Okay, that's fair enough. So unless anyone's got any questions, I'm going to cut this short. There's nothing else new that I'm going to be looking at. The main thing was the K2 there. You know, Alexander said magnet tail. Yeah, mag tails are pretty handy. They slightly increase weight, they do, but I think they're worth it, and especially on a lot of headlamps, 90-degree headlamps and things like that. I do like that sort of thing. So we'll put that back in the box. I'm going to get on with some editing because nobody has any questions, and it's nice to hear from people and interact with people. And Blue Cat 786 is saying, good job mate, looking forward to your videos. Thank you very much for the support there. As you know, I don't ask for likes, I don't ask for subscribes. That's not the sort of channel this is. This is a channel where I want people to come, relax, enjoy the videos. They're not under any pressure, and then they can just take away information that they want, you know, no pressure. And it's all about enjoyment and freedom. So I'm going to go now. It's time to have something to eat. And G or Gordon Bennett is saying, nice to meet up sometime. That's a good idea. Actually, Gordon, I haven't seen a lot of your videos for a while. I think the last one I saw, you were up in Northumberland somewhere, and I think it was near a sunset. I can't remember what it was. Alexander's saying there, he's addicted to EDC because of you. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I did have a comment from someone that was saying, how dare you review this light, because I'm going to spend more money now. So I do apologize for that. But come on, let's be honest. There's nothing cooler than getting a load of EDCs like that and having a look at them and having a go at them. I love that sort of thing. It's really cool. And there's nothing cooler than a tool that you can own and be confident in and know that it's going to work. I love that sort of thing. In fact, I might do another video tomorrow, like a live one, and I might go through all of the lights I've got, because I've got 3 boxes of the damn things at the minute, and you know, it's getting the epic proportions. I might just do that so people can chill out and watch that. But thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate the comments, because, you know, 95% of them are positive. And in regards to the negative ones, some of them make me laugh and some of them make me scratch my head, but everyone has a different opinion, don't they? And I wish luck to those people as well. So thank you very much. Now, Alexander's saying, show me the S11. Now, let's have a look. I will do that. Give us a couple of seconds there. I've got a huge case. Let's have a look. Listen to this. Oh, right. Where's the S11? Let's have a look. I can't find the damn thing now. S11 is... I think S11 is in case number 3. There, found it. Okay, I apologise for running away from the camera here. Okay. There you go. Convoy S11. So let's just look at the tint on that. Watch this. How beautiful is that? That's basically like some sun in your hand there. Actually, compare that. So here's the S11, which is a really beautiful tint, highly underrated. And then here is we'll get the 4000K of the K2. We'll put that on the right there. Let's have a look. There you go. Alexander's saying, sorry, not the S11. Okay, Alexander, which flashlight were you on about then? Because you've got, is it one of these ones? Or the FC11? This is the FC11 if you remember. Watch. There. Workos FC11. So that's that tint there. And then we'll take this on. And then we'll turn it down, turn it up, bum, bum, bum. EDC S11, the little one. I don't know if I've got the EDC S11. I've got millions of flashlights, but I don't think I've got that one. This is the Mech Army, this one. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. I really must get on with some editing. And as one of the commenters said there, I should do a pocket dump. I might do that actually. I could do that as an update because in the winter I wear bulky coats. So I'll carry something, you know, a lot heavier. Now, in regards to summer, I tend to carry an EDC light less or a smaller one, and then I would rely on something on the keychain. I always carry 2 lights anyway. I always have a smaller keychain light, something like this, and then I would carry that depending on the situation. And if I'm camping or something, obviously that changes again, as you would imagine, I'm sure. Anyway, I must get on some editing, so wish me luck. I'm going to be sat scratching my head, clicking a mouse like a geek. Okay, so have a nice weekend, everyone. I might come back on tomorrow for a pocket dump or something like that, if I get sick of sitting around. Right, Alexander's saying, can I show you the AliExpress link? You can post any link you want, mate. You can post anything you want. I'll hang on in a few extra seconds so you can post that link. I don't block anything or ban anything. You can do what you want here. If you want to post a link, that would be extremely helpful for everybody, so thank you. Actually, there was one other item I was going to look at, and it was, I got this. It was pretty cheap. Where is it? I got this. I'd never heard of them. It was I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. Topk, or Topk, as in topic, the bar, I don't know. And it was a USB type A to C, but it's quite interesting. What I'll do is, I'll show you. So we'll get the trusty X-Star, so we'll plug this in. And imagine that we're charging something. Now, can you see it's got a readout? Very interesting. So if you're going to charge something, so we'll pretend that we're charging the K2 here, and then watch. So it switches between the two. So it says 5.03 volts and then 0.26 milliamps. Isn't that interesting? So that's just I mean, most people don't need to know that thing, but it's hovering around 5 volts and then 0.25, which is about right, because the literature on this says this charges at 250 milliamp hours. Now that's hovering at around that level. So that's, if this is accurate, I mean, this isn't a fluke or anything. And I don't mean like a chance, I mean Fluke the brand who make multimeters and things like that. But I just think that's quite a handy thing. I think I got this from, might have been Banggood. I might put the link down below. But I don't want people to click it or anything. Just, you know, just if you're particularly interested, you can go and have a look at that. But I'll do that later on, because time's getting on. I've already done 25 minutes of my inane waffle, and I'm sure you've had enough. Alexander, if you've posted that link, I hope I've given you enough time to post the AliExpress link. If not, post it as a comment underneath rather than in the live chat. And I'll pin that to the top just if people want to know. So I think it was the EDC S11, because I don't think I've heard of that. I don't even know which company that is, but there's so many lights on the market at the minute, it's getting ridiculous. Okay, I'm really going this time. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Take care, have a great weekend. Okay.